Hey everybody, welcome back to Web Inspector, the semi-daily show for creative web developers. I am Timothy Miller, your host, and it's another Tooling Tuesday. I know it's Wednesday, but Tooling Tuesday just sounds so much better. Today we're going to set ourselves up for success with Keybase. We're going to set up our computer so that in the future we can build things using the security features that come with Keybase. So we're going to do that by using something called GPG. We touched on it last week. It's a security format that makes things very secure and that will allow us to essentially work more easily with Keybase and with keeping our things nice and encrypted and private in the future. I'm going to be straight with you guys. I don't really do much of this security privacy stuff, but as someone who is a semi-decent programmer and wants to get better with privacy stuff, I'm starting to learn about this stuff, and I want to take you on that journey with me. I get so excited about Keybase because it makes it easier, more accessible for me as someone who does not do much with security to have more easily accessible security stuff. So that's kind of where I'm coming from here. So setting up a GPG key, not something I've done a million times before. So if you see me fumble, if I make a mistake here and there, that's why. But we're going to learn something today, and that's a good thing. The nice thing is it's actually much easier than I would have guessed to set yourself up for success in this area, especially when using Keybase, and that's why I want to show this to you. So one of the first things I would do if I were you is install this GPG Suite. If you're on Mac, this is a really handy suite of tools that gives you encryption stuff basically for free. It makes things easier, makes things more visible. You don't have to understand all of the terminal commands for this stuff. This is just a good thing to get if you're interested in more accessible privacy on your computer. It kind of goes hand in hand with Keybase. So this is the main app that comes with, GPG keychain. And as you can see, I've got a GPG key here. That's what this is. This is my main key. Now this is actually the key from Keybase, and I just imported it into my computer, and it's super easy and quick, and I'll show you how to do that today. So if you come over to the terminal, the first thing you need to do is you need to install GPG if you don't have it already. I use Homebrew. I like Homebrew. If you don't have Homebrew, you can Google it and install it. It's pretty easy and quick. And then you can just do brew install GPG. And it'll think for a minute, and then it'll just tell me it's already installed because I've already got it. But if you don't have it, it'll install it for you. It'll install any dependencies, super quick and easy. So GPG is the foundation for the security things that we're going to do in the future. It is a nice solid concrete floor, and we're going to build everything else on top of that. So the next step is to generate a key that you can then import into your GPG tool, and we're going to generate that with Keybase. So we're going to do Keybase in PGP gen multi, which gives us kind of a multi-step process, which is nice. And then it'll just walk you through a bunch of steps. I'm not going to go through them all because I've already generated mine, but it'll just ask you for your name, for your email, stuff like that, and then it'll generate a public and a private key for you. Now, once you have those public and private keys, you can actually go to keybase.io, click on your name, and it should show up right here. So that's my public key. You can actually see it right here, which allows you, if you want to, you could encrypt a message and send it to me using my public key, and then only I am able to decrypt that using my private key. That's kind of the basic way that it works. So as you can see, they have some instructions for if you want to send me an encrypted message, you can do that here. But that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is actually import our public and private keys from Keybase and put it onto our local machine. So we're going to go back to terminal, two simple commands. The first one is keybase pgp export, and then we do a single pipe, and it's GPG import. So we're exporting that PGP key, and then we're directly importing that into our GPG. If we run that, and I've already done this, so it just tells me it didn't change anything. So that's our public key. And our public key is pretty easy to import. That's very straightforward. So now we want to do the same thing for our private key. So we do keybase pgp export -- secret. So that tells Keybase to export our secret, our private key. Then we do a pipe, GPG import, and then GPG requires another flag for importing of the secret key. So it's allow secret key import. And I'll put these commands in the description below if you want to just copy paste instead of having to type all this out. So we do that. It'll give me the same message that it did before because I've already imported my private key too. Okay, and keybase actually asks for your passphrase first to allow you to export that key. So we'll enter our passphrase, and then it'll tell us secret key has been imported, unchanged because I had already done it. And that's it, guys. That's all you have to do to import your GPG key. It's super easy, super quick. And the beautiful thing about this is it's stored in keybase. So if you lose access to this computer, if you have to set it up on another computer, you can do that just fine. You're not going to lose any of your data. So now if we go back to the GPG keychain, you can see I've got my key imported here. One other thing you might want to do, which this might make things easier on us in the future, if you go into the details view and change the owner trust, it'll be at undefined. You can change it to ultimate, and once you do that, then this key that you've imported will be given permission to do anything that you want it to do on your computer. So that's it for this week, guys. Join me next week and we'll build our first actual tool with keybase, and we'll be using our GPG key that we imported here. We'll be building a password manager for ourselves, and it's going to be super cool and super fun. So come back and join us then. Thanks again, guys. If you like what we're doing here, give us a thumbs up. And remember, never stop learning. Bye!